favorite are and golden. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video. I am going to be testing out the new, I believe this is new. It's definitely new to me. I haven't really heard much about it either, but this is the new Bare It All PUR 12-Hour 4-in-1 Skin Perfecting Foundation. Like I said, I haven't heard much about this foundation, but I've tried a bunch of stuff from PUR and I haven't tried anything that I haven't liked yet, so I'm very excited to try this foundation. And I'm also going to be trying their PUR Skin Perfecting brush, which is kind of one of these guys. It's one of their newer brushes, and it's one of those brushes that, look like a spoon. So this is what the brush looks like. The brush is incredibly soft. Seriously, like one of the softest brushes I've ever felt in my entire life. Let me go ahead and show you what the foundation looks like. So again, this claims to be a 12-hour 4-in-1 skin perfecting foundation, and it claims to be a high performance foundation. It's supposed to be demi matte, which I love demi matte foundations. Helps to cover imperfections and instantly perfect skin while helping to correct problem areas over time so you can confidently bear it all. Designed for face and body, formulated with PUR's Priority Energy Complex Keratin Complex. This formula renews the look of your skin and goes the distance. So a lot of high claims from this foundation. I've never tried it. This was sent to me. PUR did send this foundation to me, and the brush. This isn't a sponsored video or anything. I'm just like to be very transparent with you guys and like let you guys know when something is sent to me. So yeah, these products were sent to me. I'm excited to try them. The brush feels very lightweight, except for like very top heavy. Like obviously, this is very heavy, but it feels really like light. It doesn't feel very heavy, and I'm pretty sure this is plastic, but we're gonna see how it performs and we're gonna see how this foundation lasts. Now again, I had to kind of pick my foundation online, so I went with the shade Golden Medium. I hope it's not too dark for me. I kind of tested it out on my hand a little bit ago and it didn't look like an exact match, but hopefully I can try to combat it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize and test out this foundation and this brush and see if it's worth it or not. To moisturize, I'm going to use my MariaG Herbal Hydrating Serum. I honestly completely forgot that I even got this. I found it in my bathroom like 3 days ago and I've been using it ever since, but I still forget that I even have it, so I moved it to my beauty area and I keep it there because I really like the way this performs under makeup, because it is very hydrating, but I have oily skin, and sometimes wearing like lotion, like cream-based lotions under makeup can sometimes mess with the formula, and I really just want to see the true like potential in this foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and opt for a more water-based moisturizer, and this honestly just feels so good. It's very hydrating. It is MariaG, so it's pricey, but I think it's worth the money if you're somebody who likes to splurge on skincare and on good skincare. I definitely think it's worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and let that soak for a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face. I know a lot of people don't really like to have the primer involved in first impressions videos when it comes to foundation because it messes with the foundation, but in all honesty guys, I would never ever wear a foundation without primer. It's not my preference. I like to have a layer between my skin and my foundation, so I always prime, and I would never not wear this foundation without a primer. So I want to see how it will wear when I naturally wear it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. And I'm going to use two of my all-time favorite primers that I've just been so obsessed with. My Milk Makeup Blur Stick. You guys know this has been just an amazing little guy to me, and my Scandinavia the primer spray, which honestly I think is like a holy grail product for me. Alright, so while I let the primers kind of set and do their thing, I'll go ahead and read you some more facts about the foundation, just so you guys can know a little bit more about it. So on the Ulta website, which is where I'm seeing it at right now, it does retail for $39, and it comes in 10 different shades, which is not the greatest selection of shades. There's definitely a lot more skin tones, but definitely a lot better than a lot of foundation I've seen. Like, I've seriously seen foundations with 3 shade ranges, and I think that's literally like ridiculous. ridiculous. And it also comes with 1.5 ounces, which usually you only get an ounce of makeup and foundations, if that makes sense. Like, that's the usual standard, is you just get 1 fluid ounce of product, but with this you get 1.5, which is pretty good. It is a pricier foundation. It's almost $40. I just see that as like a pair of shoes. I think you can kind of justify that with, you know, at least you get 1.5 ounces. Okay, so the brush, however, is $28. Again, I see it on the Ulta website, which is kind of expensive for a brush, but this is a very soft brush, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it's worth the money or not. So my foundation is my primer has really set. I mean, I don't feel it on my skin anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get down on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna pop a little on my hand, just this little dot, and I am going to just dot it all along my face. I'm gonna grab another dot and see how this works, and I am going to be blending it in with this brush. If I don't like it, I will go ahead and use my beauty blender. I do have it pre-damped just in case. So I guess, yeah, moment of truth. I think this foundation is way too light for me. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be dark. I thought it was gonna be too dark for me. I think I should have gone a shade up, but like I said, we'll have to make it work. I don't know how I feel about this brush, in all honesty. It's kind of leaving it a bit streaky, and I don't think I like the feel of this brush. Like, it's just weird. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this brush. I'm gonna go ahead and use my beauty blender and apply just another layer and see how it kind of works. Again, this foundation I'm using the shade Golden Medium, which I thought was gonna match me a lot better, but it didn't. So I'm just gonna go in with another little pump thing and blend it out with my beauty blender, because I don't think the brush was really working for me. Okay, so the foundation is definitely more matte. It's definitely not radiant in any way. So if you're somebody who likes dewy, radiant foundations, I don't think this foundation would really work for you because it's pretty matte. I'm not really like wowed by it, but it does feel really good. It's not cakey, it's not powdery, it's not streaky. It's building up pretty well, and I already did 2 layers. And as for the coverage, I don't really think it's a full coverage. I think it's definitely medium, but it has been building up nicely, so it's buildable. And overall, I think it has kind of evened out my skin tone, so I think it kind of lives up to that claim. And it is pretty demi matte, so it lives up to that claim too. So I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's not very tacky. It's drying down nicely. Like I said, I don't think it's like super full coverage. I can still kind of see parts of my, you know, skin peeking through. So this foundation isn't like, so it isn't a terrible foundation. I'm not crazy about it yet, or I'm not crazy about it just yet. I feel like it kind of hasn't seeped into any of my fine lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna come back and give my final thoughts on this product, because you kind of have to test out the foundation for what it is, in my opinion. And I can't really give you guys like a legit review unless I do what I would normally do and like put makeup on top of it. So I'm gonna see how it reacts with like my concealer, my powders, and all that, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I just got done doing my makeup, and I wanted to do my hair before I film like my last final thoughts, but I decided not to. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pin it back up. I have some things to say about this foundation, and I just, honestly guys, I feel like I do still have to mess around with it a little bit more to kind of get like the entire, like a legit review for you guys, and that's probably gonna come later. But as a first impression, I'm just not wowed by this foundation, and I definitely wasn't wowed by this brush. This brush had a lot of fallout, and not only that, but I feel like it made my foundation pretty streaky, and it just was not working, in my opinion, for this foundation. Now, as I was doing my concealer and my powder with this foundation on, I did notice that the foundation was starting to cake up a lot, like a lot around my nose, and I honestly don't know why it did that. I don't really have problems with foundations doing that to me. I have oily skin, so foundations just kind of glide on there, and they break up faster there throughout the day, but it was caking up really bad. And as you can see, like right here, like the foundation just caked up terribly right there. So also, I just noticed it really seep into my fine lines. Like, I have a lot of lines on my forehead because I have a lot of expressions when I speak, so I just noticed that it went into my fine lines, and I didn't like that. I have, you know, other foundations that don't do that, that are a lot less expensive. They're like from the drugstore. So honestly, I think that this foundation is probably not my favorite. It's not a terrible foundation by any means. I think that for certain skin types it will work, and it will work beautifully, but I I think that for me personally, it's just not the best color wise. I think I was able to kind of help it match a little bit better, but I don't know, like I just feel like this foundation, it's weird. Unfortunately, I think this is like the first thing from PUR that I would try that I haven't absolutely loved, because I love all of their other stuff. I love their browner. You guys know I am obsessed with their matte velvet lipsticks, and I love their contour highlighting stick. I like that too, but this is just not my absolute favorite, and the brush was definitely not a hit for me. You guys know I just like to keep it real here. I'm trying to keep it, you know, as honest as I possibly can. I will continue to use this. I think I'm just gonna mess around with some primers, maybe different techniques in using this, but if I don't like it, I will definitely let you guys know for sure. And if something happens and I use it differently and it works better, I definitely will let you guys know as well. For all that, you guys can follow me on Snapchat. I'm very active there. If I really don't like it, it'll be included in next month favorite and not so favorites. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see a little bit more, but as a first impression, I have to be honest, I wasn't wowed by it. I'm not crazy about this foundation. Definitely not crazy about the brush as well. But yeah, I think that is all I have to say for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair now. I just honestly wanted to speak on this foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it answers some questions, some concerns, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.